So welcome to my video, and the purpose of this video is to give you guys strategy marketing tips for your report. So basically, right, there's a lot of people that find it super difficult because uh, it wasn't clear usually in the first few lessons because it was very rushing and it's very not clear. So from here onwards, because I've gone through the assignments, then actually I passed the exam, then I've already graduated. So I hope that my tips will actually help you guys to pass the examinations. So all the best. So I'll share it with you. So guys, so normally, okay, assignments, the common part for the assignments, right? Usually it's part A and part B. Usually, depending on which how's the module goes. Sometimes the module they'll change from usually sometimes 2 semester back it was 35% and 50%. So the part A was 35% and part B was 15%. So now I've checked the module that this how it's supposed to be. For the module, I've checked the module of the certain university. So this one should be the best bet. Will be what you guys will be expecting to have for your assignments. So part A is 15%, mainly on external analysis. External analysis. So external analysis from the outside of the industry. So when you guys talking about the industry, for example, let's say for example, Airbnb industry. So you guys have to explain about the outside the Airbnb, not about the Airbnb. So this is the most common mistake people are doing. External analysis about outside the Airbnb. If let's say the relevant industry that you guys going to go, or this will go a long way. So this one is very important for external analysis outside the industry. What happened outside the industry? Very take note. So if you guys want to replay the video, it's okay, just replay, it's up to you guys. So the most important is outside the industry. I need to emphasize it because that time when I was still in the lesson, it was really confusing. I'm not sure how to know what is the information about it. So this I'm going to explain to you that external analysis outside the industry. Outside the industry, okay? So right, so part B, so it's kind of internal analysis and more. So from there they'll input more of the information. So later the part A will be put under the appendix of part B later along the line. So depending on when you still using it, you can put it under appendix. Depending on your teacher and stuff, you need to check with your teacher. Then for assignment 3, 50%. Sometimes either exam based or assignment based. So remember, guys, in your team or if let's say in your semester, you try to like hint the lecturer, hint the teacher that try your best to let them know that teacher, I think we prefer assignment based because as in just feedback. I know the teacher are not the one that actually in charge, but you can actually the teacher can actually let the coordinator know about it, so the coordinator can actually listen to the feedback. So maybe they actually can actually allow us to do assignment based because it's really very important. Because exam based and assignment based is a way different ball game. Because assignment based you can take your time doing it. Assignment based only 2 hours. Guys, choose wisely, guys. I suggest like in your respective batch, because I will not know when you watch this video, right? I might not be I might not be like I might forget this information or what. So I suggest you guys, right, for this, right, I suggest assignment based. So the passing rate is higher than exam based. Exam based sometimes is very tricky. So in the first lesson, I suggest you guys like always voice out to teacher. Teacher, we prefer our class. I prefer for our class to be assignment based because we understand the difficulty of this examination and the subject as well, because this is a serious subject. So if you guys anyhow choose, the results anyhow. So, like that. Okay, so, okay. That's why. So it's important to know about this. So what you can feedback, but it's still a chance for the teacher to actually go to the path that is favorable for you, because assignment based better so that you can score. Yep. So part A. So for this video, right, I'll be explaining about part A. So part A is consists of this: company's introduction, vision, mission, and the background. So usually, right, okay, I just short form this, but the company's introduction, vision, mission, and background, you need to check with the teacher, right? What they want. As in, the time during my school time, we were not clear on this, not clear. So we need to clarify with teacher what kind of thing. As in, is it just most of the time is as a whole in Singapore or the whole world. So you need to know. You need to actually define this very well, because if it's wrong, right, one wrong, the whole report wrong. So it's very important about this mission, vision. You need to know whether this is always in the industry, is it only in Singapore or the whole world. This is you have to check with the teacher. Yeah. By the way, yep, this one you need to check with the teacher and see the notes. Yep. But in this video, I will elaborate more on PESTLE and the quarter 5 forces, because that is the thing that has a very heavy mark in this part A. So for company growth, you can still, I will not covering that, because later you can it's quite self-explanatory at the slides, so you can actually read the slides and how it goes and stuff. So most of the time, right, it's either growth or maturity. As in, most of the time in what I've seen, the answer either growth or maturity. Decline is very rare, but very rare. Decline is very rare. So you guys have to see the notes and everything, so that you guys get a clear understanding on the situation or the relevant industry that you're going through. Very important. But usually it's growth maturity or growth to maturity, but decline is very rare. So need to but whatever you do, right, you need to have a backup information inside. Very important. Yeah, very. So in part A, right, they might ask you to expand about the SWOT analysis, but not all. Usually maybe just opportunity or threat, depending on what the teacher wants. So if let's say they want everything, so you must tell them everything. So sometimes if they only want opportunity and threat, you must just let them know about opportunity or threat. Yep. Later I'll explain how to actually answer about the SWOT analysis. Alright. So how to answer each factor in the report. So this one is very important, because last time when I did the report, we have problem in this because we not sure how to answer the question. So we clarify with the instructor and everything. So we come up with a better solution to actually answer each factor for it. Yeah. So this one is better. It's a suggested factor. So so step 1, right, you need to state your statement according to the current relevant topic. Like for example, Singapore is currently under phase 2 heightened alert. So you have to put citation here. So this one is your information. So this is an example for political factor. But it can be more lah. Can move for other thing. So this one, right, is like step 1 is basically your information. So what you have gathered, it can be more. This is one of them. Political factor, you can put 2 or 3 and more. Yeah, you can put more. Political factor, you can put I can put more than that. You'll check, but don't worry, later I cover. To this slide, I'll explain more about how to answer each factor. Yep. Then step 2, right? Then state what has the statement caused or resulted with the relevant industry to be. So like, because of phase 2, right? What happened? What happened with this thing? What happened with all this? What causing this? Then, for example, you can say that Singapore has to abide or follow the new law that each person can only go out maximum of 2 people and no dining is allowed. So it can be more than that. This is one of the example. So then after that, step 3 is the consequence. Then the impact from the statement. Like for example, this policy has impacted negatively to all the relevant industry, as many people in Singapore I think I spelled that wrong, but cool. But in Singapore, like as a result, could not. I spelled it wrong. Sorry. So ignore that colas. Ignore the colas. Sorry. It's just yeah. The most important thing is what's the consequence from it lah. In fact, negatively lah. Many people in Singapore could not dine in, and they're forced to take away their food, eat somewhere else. And I think because of the too much work, that's why. Actually, the point is like it will impact the industry negatively, and as many people could not dine in as a result. Because it wasn't like this. I think because of the too much work, that's why it was the word quite jumbled. So don't worry, guys. The point is there. I already explained it. Yep. So step one usually some lecturer they don't count the word count. So sometimes the step one right you put inside the table. So step 2 and 3 right you put outside the table. I suggest like that for part 1, part A. For part B right a bit different. You need to ask the teacher. After the check it. For part A right I suggest right for the step 1 right you put inside the table. The step 2 you put outside. So step 1 inside the table right usually it's not the word is not counted. Not counted at all. But depending on teacher, how is it, everything. Yep. Yeah. Depending on the teacher. Alright, so for PESTLE analysis, so as I said, right, the 3 steps that I have explained to you, right, you have to apply it to all the 6 factors here. Political, economical, social, technological, legal. So in each of the factors, right, you can put 2 or 3 each. So I suggest 2 or 3 lah. As in, 1 also can lah, but then to be safe, 2 or 3. But sometimes you might not find environmental factor. Sometimes you might not find one of the factors, but other factors are small. But it's try your best to find. Yep. Remember, this PESTLE analysis is external factor outside the industry. At the same time, right? This find the factor that it will gonna affect the company in 2 or 3 years time. But most of the time, right, this analysis will be used for next year, or this year or next year. So primarily, try your best to find the information that can be used for this year or next year. As in, like, if let's say this report, right, for this year, right, this report, right, most of the time, right, they want to apply it. For example, there's a report, strategy marketing report for 2020. So usually it will be used for that year lah. But it's good to find the information. For example, like technological, right, find the one that will be relevant for the next 2 to 5 years. Social the same, social everything. But whatever you do, right, these factors that you are actually taking, right, are about to be used. The information for this year. So you're gonna use it. Imagine you have a company, you have to use it this year only, for this year. Important. So for example, right, political factor. So for example, right, the report is on this month, or maybe June. June, there's still on June 13th, right, for example, there's a difference, and it's so very important, guys. So for political, right, very important. So imagine, right, your deadline of the report maybe is on May, June, July, August, September, or maybe September or what, September. So you cannot, for political factor, right, you cannot put your COVID restriction and at the 2 people, because COVID restriction has lifted up on the 13th of June. So September, right, remember, cannot be used. You cannot be used on that. Remember, you'll be you better take the information right after July onwards, right? Then you use that. So this is very important. These are the mistakes that we did in the past. Like for example, as in I won't tell anything lah. So last time got people, we say on February news, but actually we are on September, and actually we got penalized because on September the rule does not take effect, so we get penalized for that. So this was very, very important. So if let's say your due date is on September, and there's no law about anything, if the law of whatever it is does not take effect, don't use it. So on September, if they say nothing happened, right, you must state the political issue, everything, right? The issue, right, of what happened that month. Very important, really, this one very important, so that you get a very good mark. I'm not kidding. So when you guys talking about this, right, it's important to actually have the latest event. The most important thing, right, about this is about, because now it's quite, the situation, right, is very very how to say, it's very it's not unstable. So you need to actually find the information for political, economical, right. The last 1 month, that's the last 1 month or 2 months before, 1 month before, 1 month or 1 week or 1 month before the due date of the report. I suggest that because last time we just put on that certain year, that then we got wrong because it's not accurate, it's not on the day itself, so we have to be accurate on that. So that's all of our mistakes, and we didn't use the steps that we do. We just put the information only bluntly. So that was our biggest mistake when we're doing part A. So once you guys know already, I already explained you guys how to do it. So you guys have to elaborate the 3 steps on these six factor. So you guys have to elaborate on these 3 factor, important, these 3 factor. Is it not 3, 6, sorry, 6 factors. Then after that, you can, the step 1 you can put inside the table, then step 2, 3 you can put outside the table and explain about it. So on the table you can put like maybe a point form or what, and then outside the table you put a different one to explain about it. Yeah. So that's all for PESTLE. So you guys not clear, just repeat this video over and over again. Yeah, yep. So for Porter 5 forces, right? So you guys can put in the table again. So the steps is the same. The step is the same that as I showed you one. The step 1, step 2, step 3 is the same thing. So but then here, right, Porter 5 forces, you just put table. Then after that you put supplier the 5 points, the supplier power. You can either put high power or low power. It's right beside the table. Got 2. You just put 2 columns on the table. 2 columns, like left is supplier power. Then what, high or what? High power or low power. Then after that, the next column, right, you put there's a less, I put in a point form so that but during the thing at the box, right, you don't put point form, like you must explain. So then after that, you put is a lesser supplier, then because you can mark up the counter price. So there's a high power and low power. So you just choose either one. Okay, this a 2-way scenario. So if it's high power, there's a lesser supplier, so they can mark up and control the price. So if there's a low power, right, if the supplier power is low, right, then there'll be more supplier. Then business can go to the other business. The business can go to the customer can go to other business for different cheaper alternative. Sorry, this one wrong. So just I say the customer can go to other business for a different cheaper alternative. So basically, right, you need to find the evidence, the price, everything, of the proof of why is it so very important, or why is it so, the price. You need to find the price and everything. So send citation, everything. So like how the 3 steps that I show you guys, right, apply to 1 factor of this, 1 line, 1 lineage, like 1, like that. Then for buyer factor, right, then after that you choose either high or low. You have to find the citation, find everything, find the citation and description, and then either here or here. So high power, if the buyer power is higher, right, then more customer. If more customer, right, you cannot your customer cannot be your boss. If you have more customer, right, you feel good because your business have more control over the customer. But if you have low power, right, which means you have few customer you only have like few customer. Like customer would be more control over the relevant business. A bit, you're a bit scared, you see. So in a layman's term, you are very scared of your customer leaving you. So this is a very the scenario will be like usually B2B . This most of the time is B2B, because usually B2B has lesser customer. But more customer usually is a retail. Retail should be no problem because I have more customer. If sometimes lesser customer, maybe to some issues, outside issues, it might be a problem. Yeah. That's one of the examples. Then don't forget, you have to put citation, Harvard citation. You can also use Microsoft Word to do it. Yeah, and competitive rivalry also the same. Competitive rivalry basically like if high power, right, you have very low competitor. So if you have low competitor, right, there are not many competitors that can sell a similar product lor. So you win lor. So something like you win lor. Not so win like, as if for now you win lor. For now you win already. But if you have low power, right, you have very high competitor. So there are many competitors that are selling similar products. So like that. Okay, for example, I'm selling a pen. Then other person selling pen called maybe B, the pen very Sonic pen. Sonic pen. So Sonic pen. Then another pen called Wave pen. So they have in trouble because both are selling the same product at the same time, just different brand. So basically, other competitor can replicate you lah. So that's the meaning if let's say you have low power. So you must state lah. So in this portal file, you must state competitive rivalry. Is it high or low? You must put that. Then after that, go to the next column. Why is it so? Yeah. You put citation and the 3 paragraph also need. So this one I leave it to you. So like I'll be explaining the last 2 of the points to be the threat of substitution and the threat of new entry. So basically, when the threat of substitution has a high power, means that they are very high threat of substitution. So as a result, customer find it easy to find another substitute for what you'll be offering. So that means your product can be easily be changed to other thing. At the same time, if let's say your low power, right, the threat of substitution is low, it means that there's low threat of substitution. Customer will find it very difficult to find another substitute of what you've been offering. Maybe for example, like for low substitute, like something is very if let's say if you're in a scenario whereby there's low threat, right? That means it's good, like it's good for the company, like basically. Low threat of substitution is very good for the company. It's very good for the company because you have you don't need to you will still retain customer and stuff. So if you have high power, right? High threat of substitution, customer will find it easy to find another substitute for that for the stuff you're offering. So it's a threat, like basically it's a threat for the company. It's a big threat. So if the low is very good. So that's to keep it simple like that. So for threat of new entry, so like for example for threat of new entry, so if let's say it has low power, there's low threat of entry, then competitor might find it hard and not likely to enter the market. So sometimes it's because a high cost and everything. So yeah. So if the threat of new entry is very high, so high threat of entry, then competitor may find it easy and likely to enter the market. So each of the factors, you just choose one. Then after that, you must put stand out your evidence with a 3 step that I taught you. Very important. Then yes. Yep. Yeah, I think that's all for now. Yep. Next video I'll explain about part B. Alright, thank you for watching.